Good morning. Maurice, I'm honored to be here with you today. Ireland's Jewish community may be small in number, but it is proud, historic, resilient, and deeply woven into Irish life. Can you share how your community is doing these days?
Sure, Alexandra. And to everyone, thank you at AJC. We are very excited to work with you. I'd say the answer is complicated. Ours is a community of roughly 2,500 Jews. Small communities feel pressure quickly, and since October the 7th, there's no question that the atmosphere has changed, not only politically, but socially, emotionally as well. Many Irish Jews feel less comfortable expressing openly who they are.
Ireland has become one of the strongest critics of Israel within the European Union. And what begins as criticism of Israel can create an atmosphere where Jews locally can feel scrutinized or even unwelcome. One important thing your community did was begin documenting incidents directly.
Yes, Alexandra, within 6 months, our community documented 143 anti-Semitic incidents, including harassment, intimidation, exclusion, and threats to everyday life. And we know the real number is much higher. This means students choosing not to wear Jewish symbols, parents worrying about their children at schools, professionals being cautious about what they say and who they say it to, people hesitating before mentioning family connections to Israel. These are calculations that Jews throughout history know all too well. And to be clear, Ireland is actually beginning to look like the 1930s in Europe. But Jewish communities recognize patterns early because history teaches us so.
And yet, Jewish communities continue to respond with resilience and pride. I know that AJC, especially my colleague Rabbi Andrew Baker, worked very closely with you last year ahead of Prime Minister Micheál Martin's official visit to Washington. Together, we worked on preparing the meeting with the Prime Minister, during which AJC raised the increase in anti-Semitic incidents, the demonization of Israel, and the need for concrete measures to combat anti-Semitism.
And we're very happy that AJC engaged with the Taoiseach and worked with us to prepare for the meeting. Another moment that deeply affected our community was the effort to rename Herzog Park in Dublin, named after your dear grandfather, Chaim Herzog, 6th President of Israel. And also a proud son of Ireland. For many Jews, it felt as though Jewish history itself had suddenly become negotiable. That is why it mattered so much when you stood with us there publicly in Herzog Park to light the second Hanukkah candle. And AJC support helped ensure this was understood not simply as a local issue, but as part of a broader conversation about historical memory, respect, and the place of Jews in Irish society.
Thank you very much, Maurice. What struck me during that moment was not only the challenge itself, which was deeply personal to me, but the determination of your community to stand tall with dignity and pride. Hundreds of people gathered publicly despite real security concerns. That spirit is what Jewish solidarity is ultimately about, communities standing together across borders and ensuring that no Jewish community ever feels isolated.
Alexandra, that support has a very, very real impact. Small communities can sometimes feel alone. Knowing there are partners standing beside us changes that profoundly. It reminds us we are part of a global Jewish people, connected across countries, generations, and communities.
That sense of global Jewish solidarity is more important now than ever, because anti-Semitism does not stop at borders, and neither can our response. That's why today I am pleased to announce AJC is formalizing its partnership with the Jewish community of Ireland, our 43rd our 43rd Jewish Community Partnership Agreement globally after many years of working closely together. Together, we have engaged Irish officials, diplomats, and civil society leaders on the importance of combating the horrific rise of anti-Semitism, not only reactively, but also proactively. And we look forward to strengthening our collaboration. And one thing I deeply appreciate about our work together is that it has never only been about responding to crisis, it has also been about ensuring that Jewish life in Ireland can continue to flourish openly and proudly.
I am very honored that we are formalizing our partnership. Thanks to friendships like this one, Ireland's Jewish community knows that we do not stand alone. And Alexandra, before we finish up, I want to take you back almost a century to the early 1930s. Two boys, barely bar mitzvah, sat beside one another, sharing a desk in a classroom in the center of Dublin, in Ireland. The world around them was changing. The state of Israel did not yet exist. They could never have imagined that 100 years later, two people would stand together in Washington, D.C., championing Israel and confronting anti-Semitism. And those two boys were my uncle, and Alexandra, the other boy, was your grandfather, Chaim Herzog.
Thank you very much for sharing that story, Morris, and I'm sure they would be very proud. You absolutely do not stand alone. Morris, thank you so much for your friendship, your leadership, your partnership, and for reminding us why Jewish solidarity matters. We are proud to stand with the Jewish community of Ireland today, and we will continue standing with you in the years ahead. Thank you.
Thank you.